Death is not the end, but the start of something new. June 5, 2013. Today we would like to focus your attention on the topic of physical death. This word has a very heavy energy associated with it, and we would like to share with you our perspective in hopes that this message finds those who need to hear it most. We will touch upon not only how the soul determines when it is time to depart, but also what happens once the soul departs. Many on your world view death as the end, which causes a tremendous amount of grief for the loved ones seemingly left behind. Many at this time are departing as their soul has experienced and accomplished all that it intended to in this lifetime. Remember that we have told you that unlike any other time in your world's history, have so many souls wanted to incarnate all at the same time. As we have said many times before, this period of time is filled with so much excitement, transformation and valuable lessons to be gained, that few wanted to miss the opportunity to explore. However, there are very many who have experienced what they wanted to, and as a result are now choosing to depart from this physical world. Some will choose to incarnate again, and many others will choose to observe this drama unfold from the higher realms, while offering their assistance and encouragement from the other side of the veil. You may find it to be shocking, but death is viewed quite differently from the higher realms. There are many worlds that find it customary to celebrate death with joy, excitement and congratulations. This may seem very odd to you, however we do not perceive death to be the separation and ending that those in the third and fourth dimensions do. It can be compared to a graduation from an institution. Just as you would not be sad that a student has graduated from an academic institution and has completed the necessary learning. We too are not sad when a soul has completed their soul's mission and is ready to embark on a new journey. We simply view death as a graduation of the soul. Yet it is quite different on your world, as many are both frightened of the thought of their own death as well as the thought of losing a loved one. The separation that is experienced on your world is like no other. It is very unique simply because of the veil of forgetfulness that you have submerged yourselves into. This gives the illusion that death can be the end of existence for some. The very thought of not existing or the fear of the unknown is frightening to many. However, we can assure you that you have died many times before, and surely you would agree that birth is far more traumatic than death ever is, if you only could remember. The soul has several exit options built into every lifetime that are there, if the soul chooses to depart earlier. It is not to say that your physical deaths are in any way preordained. You always have free will, however when a person departs from their physical body it is almost always a subconscious decision. Death always appears to have a cause. Whether it is health-related, an accident or intentional. What we would like for you to know is that there are indeed never any accidents in your world. What appears to be an accident to the conscious mind, the soul has already willingly agreed to the experience. When a soul is ready to depart, it will often take the path that will be of the highest good for all involved. This can result in lessons and experiences that the family members and friends are left to handle, however they too have also agreed to the experience on a soul level. Just as there are really never any accidents, there also are really never any victims. Every experience a soul encounters is only experienced if the soul has agreed to it. Some may wonder why a soul would agree to such tragic experiences. Of course, our reply is always the same. For the lessons that could be gained. Many perceive the job that they do as being dangerous, or are frightened of engaging in dangerous situations. But know that the job that you do doesn't determine when you are going to die, your soul determines when it would like to depart. It will use whatever means it has available to exit. Whether it's your job, your hobby, your health or an accident. Many may wonder how the soul decides when it is time to depart. This is a wonderful question, but our reply must be a bit vague. The reason being is that each soul makes that decision on their own. It is never decided for them, nor is it forced upon the soul. The decision is made entirely by each and every soul depending on what the soul wanted to experience or achieve from each lifetime and when it feels those goals have been met. Although there are often exits built into each life, know that they are simply there as an option for the soul. It allows a fast and easy departure that has already been agreed upon by all souls involved. However, a soul does not have to take one of these exits and can choose to amend their chosen departure at any time. When a loved one departs, it can be one of the hardest experiences that a human can perceive. But please know that they have not left, they simply have transitioned to another state. When you freeze liquid water, the water transforms into a solid form known as ice, yet the water still remains. It is just in another form. And so it is with your loved ones. You are always free to connect with your loved ones as often as you like. Many doubt their own intuition when they sense the presence of a loved one. It has been commonly taught that if you cannot see it with your eyes, touch it with your hands, hear it with your ears, smell it with your nose, or taste it with your mouth, then it is not real. We are here to tell you that this is part of the illusion. Your belief and perception of something is what makes it real. Often your intuitive sense is the strongest of all, and yet it is the most commonly ignored sense. Many often want to know what happens when you die. To this we would reply, you continue to create your reality just as you do in the physical. The only difference is your reality isn't physical anymore and there is no time. Many continue to create a similar life to the one which they just lived. There are in fact legions of angels who chose to assist those who have just recently passed from their physical incarnation to help them acclimate to the higher dimensions again. There is no time in the higher realms, so we really couldn't be sure as to just how long that phase usually lasts. What may seem like minutes in the higher realms could be perceived as years in your reality. Souls often take some time to rest, relax, and visit with loved ones. There is always a review process that is offered to every soul. You have the chance to review your entire life from the Akashic records and gain further understanding from your incarnation once you have again regained your perspective innate to the higher realms. It is often at this time that you begin to decide what your next incarnation will focus on. Remember, we say next for simplicity's sake, however from our perspective all lives are going on concurrently. Part of the beauty of this reality is also the challenge. You have chosen to only consciously perceive one reality at a time, and although this allows joy and excitement about what will happen next as you use your free will in this physical reality, you are also left feeling detached and separated because you do not perceive the infinite worlds around you. This is changing as you continue to evolve and ascend back into the higher dimensions from which you all came. For those that have lost a loved one, we encourage you to reach out and consciously connect. Your loved ones are always just a thought away. We hope that this message has in some way served you and brought peace to those who are in need of this message most. In love and light, we are your angelic guides. Channeled by Taryn Creamy. AngelicGuides.wordpress.com